And now to the race for the White House and last night's first debate between the two front runners. And by most accounts, it was a disappointing performance for President Biden. He did little to put to rest questions about whether he is too old to seek a second term. As for his debate opponent, fact checkers found former President Donald Trump repeated more than 30 falsehoods about his and Mr. Biden's records. ABC's Morgan Norwood with more on a debate that could end up being a critical turning point in this election. Morgan?
Yeah, that debate, and we also have another one coming up, again, the one that we're hosting, ABC, coming up in September. But look, Biden's team trying to quash the panic about Biden's showing last night, and he's now facing calls to drop out of this race. His campaign, though, insisting that he's in it for the long haul.
It was the biggest political stage yet in the race for the White House, and President Biden's debate night performance fueling concern and panic among his party after the 81-year-old struggled to articulate his thoughts on key issues at the heart of his campaign.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Trump questioning President Biden's mental acuity.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
It was the first time the two candidates have come face to face in 4 years, and they traded their usual blows.
He's, without question, the worst president, the worst presidency in the history of our country.
You're the sucker. You're the loser.
But they sparred on key issues, including abortion rights.
If I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Wade.
Every legal scholar wanted it that way.
The war in Ukraine.
That's a war that should have never started.
And Trump's legal battles.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
At one point, the two oldest candidates in history bickering over their golf game.
I told you before, I'm happy to play golf with you if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
The most consequential night of the campaign ending only with more questions, many of them centered around the future of Biden's campaign.
You've got more than half of the country, people watching the debate last night, have at least some confidence in Donald Trump to lead the country. But it's almost exactly the opposite for Joe Biden. 57% after the debate say they had no confidence at all in his ability to lead the country.
So as Democrats continue to question President Biden's performance and acuity last night, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson reacting this morning, saying that Trump won on every single metric, adding that President Biden is just not up to the job. In New York, I'm Morgan Norwood, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.